everyone, this is Aisha and welcome to our 40th Kotlin tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'll be talking about the functions in Kotlin programming language. So now in Kotlin, functions can be divided into two parts. The first one is the user-defined function, then we have the built-in functions. So these built-in functions belong to the standard library of Kotlin. For example, we have these print and println statements or functions that are used to display messages on the output screen. So they are the built-in functions. Now the user-defined functions are defined by the user and they perform some specific task and they can be called as needed. And these user-defined functions are the small parts of the program that can be used as many times as you want. So now in this tutorial, first of all, I'm going to use some built-in functions of math class in Kotlin, and then we will design a user-defined function and I will tell you how the user-defined function work. So now first of all, I'm going to use the ABS or the square root, and then we have minimum, maximum functions of math class in Kotlin. So first of all, declare two variables num1 and num2 of integer type. Now this num1 equals -9 and then another variable num2 of integer type, it is equals to 7. So now another variable I'm going to create var answer, which will store the result. So now first of all, I'm going to use the math class and then the dot separator, and then I will call the ABS function. So this ABS function returns the absolute value of the given number. So when I pass -9, it will return +9. So here you can see that we have absolute for integer, we have for long, float, double, etc. But 9 is an integer, so we are going to use this integer absolute function. Now inside the parameters you have to pass the value, which is num1. So now this function will return the absolute value of num1 and it will be stored in the variable answer. Then again I'm going to use, first of all, I'm going to print ABS value, absolute value of num1 equals our answer. Now I'm going to use another function of math class, which is equal to math and then the dot separator, and then I'm going to call that function, which is the minimum function. So this minimum function will return the minimum value of these two variables. So now it can be seen here that we have the minimum function for integers, for long, for double, etc. So now I'm going to use the integer function because 9 and 7 are integers. Then it can be seen that this function takes two arguments, so you have to pass two parameters or two arguments here. Now num1 and num2, so it will return the smallest number and this smallest number will be stored in this variable answer. Now print line and smaller number equals whatever the answer is. Now run the program. It's a little bit slow now. So you can see here the absolute value of num1 equals 9 and now the smaller number is -9. So num1 is 9, the absolute value returns the positive number. For example, here if I have -9, then the absolute value of -9 will be +9, so 9 is displayed. Then we have used this minimum function, which tells the smallest, which returns the smallest number of the two numbers. So num1 and num2 are compared. Smaller one is -9, so -1 is returned. It is stored in this variable answer and then answer is printed. So this is how you can use the built-in functions or in Kotlin programming language. Now we can define our own functions, and these functions are called the user-defined functions, and they can perform whatever task we want to perform. Now the user-defined function can be created outside the main function by using the keyword fun, and then we will have the name of the function. For example, here the name of my function is display, which takes no arguments, and then we will have the body of the function, and the return type of this function is void. It means that it returns nothing. then the body of the main function. So in Kotlin programming language, if your function doesn't have any return type, then it means that its return type is unit. So if I write here after this colon unit, then this will be the return type of this function, display function, and this unit means that this function returns nothing. Now unit is the return type of this function. Now inside this function I am simply writing a print line statement which will print hello function. Now we have created a function, and how a function can be created by using this fun keyword, and then we have the name of the function, and then we have parameters. So here I am not passing any parameters or arguments, so I am leaving it blank. Then the data type or the return type of this function is void. It means it returns nothing, but in Kotlin we say the return type of this function is unit. Then we have the body of the function, and inside the body of the function we have a simple statement which is the print line statement, and this function can be called as many times as you want. Now how you can call this function? By simply using the name of the function and then empty parameters, because this function takes no argument, and then just run the program and you will have this statement on the output stream. So here you can see hello function. So when you call this function, the control is transferred here in this function, and then the control is entered into the body of the function, and inside the body we have a print line function which prints this message hello function on the output stream. So this is how you can create simple functions in Kotlin, and you can call the function by using its name, and then we will have the parameters. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.